So when you work on changing your food habits to improve your health, that is also the journey of yoga. When you say, now I'll not procrastinate, I will work out. Otherwise, always you think, I'll do it tomorrow. Whether you have to go for a run or a swim, or you have to practice yoga next time. But when you start to take charge, when you start to show up on your mat, this is the journey of yoga. So it could be in the domain of health. You may also think, okay, I want to improve in how I feel about myself. My relationship with myself needs to improve. About 10-12 years ago, when I got diagnosed with cancer, I realized that my relationship with myself was very, very poor. I used to live in guilt, shame. I had so much anger towards myself, so much very, very poor sense of self-worth. There was no real love there. I was not really taking care of myself in any way. And that's where my yoga journey started, by rebuilding my relationship with myself. So just take a moment and think, today, are you living in guilt, shame, self-blame? What is your relationship with yourself? Do you think there is any scope of improvement? If yes, and if you want to improve this relationship, that is also yoga. Then, for some of us, we may feel, okay, my behavior in the outside world needs to improve. I get so agitated. I get so irritated with others. Many times, with your partner, at your colleagues, you may get very irritated. For many of us, it happens on the road, especially in North India. Too much honking, too much swear words. So our behavior in the outside world, our reactions need to improve. And when we have this awareness, that is also yoga. Another domain is the domain of work. Are we constantly cribbing about our work? अरे फिर और काम आ गया, अरे so much work. Oh. Or are we doing our work joyfully? Are we focused at work or constantly distracted? When we want to improve our work, when we want to do it with 100% involvement, with a lot of joy, that is also yoga. Are you doing it already? Another aspect is how our relationships with others are. And this is an important one, because when our relationships are disturbed with others, there's a lot of misery, isn't it? When we have arguments, when relationships are not smooth, so much disturbance and angst it causes inside of us, isn't it? At least it happens with me. I like to keep my relationships very smooth, otherwise I get disturbed. So are we able to maintain good relationships, empathetic relationships? Are we able to listen and understand others? Or are there constant fights and arguments? When we want to improve our relationships by working on ourselves, that is also the journey of yoga. तो क्या समझा? When we want to work on ourselves, when we want to improve ourselves in different areas of life, then we are starting our yoga journey. And our yogis, our masters, have given us very beautiful tools to work on ourselves. Otherwise, you may say, okay, I want to do all of these things, but how do I do it? And that's where yogic tools come in. Tools of Kriya. Now, there are many, many tools, but at Sattvic Yoga, we have simplified it for you. We call these tools the ABCD of yoga. So now this is going to be your strongest takeaway from today's session. And we want it to stay with you. That's why we have simplified it. I want you to guess. What do you think ABCD of yoga stands for? Can you tell me in the chat box? What do you think A stands for? What do you think B stands for? I'm sure some of you are getting it right. A stands for asana, B stands for breath work or pranayam, C stands for chanting, and D stands for dhyana. ABCD of yoga. Now, many of you are already aware about A. Generally, yoga is propagated as asana. But friends, asana is a very small part of yoga. Important part, but a small part. Now, how does asana help? See, it's primarily our way of working on our body. So when you are doing a stretch, you're working on a flexibility asana, you are removing deeply lodged toxins from your body. And these toxins are not only physical, they are also emotional. More on that later. When you are doing a vigorous flow like Surya Namaskar, you are working on your heart health, cardio work kar rahe ho aap. You're working on your strength, on your stamina, because there are many holds, there are many vigorous movements in this kind of a flow. So you're working on your body. When you're doing inversions, you're going upside down, you're increasing the blood flow to the head. You're improving your focus. Same with balance asanas. When you're balancing on one leg and trying not to fall, you're focusing your gaze on one point. And that's how you are sharpening your focus, bringing all your awareness to the present moment. Then your mind is not going in the past or the future. It's fully in the present moment. So friends, asana is a beautiful tool to work on our bodies. Then comes B of breath work, pranayam. Some of you may think, "Arey, pranayam, kya boring practice." But friends, this is the way you work on your energy system. See, your television is running because of electricity. Without electricity, your television is useless, isn't it? The same way, we are running because of our breath, because of our prana. Without prana, this body is nothing. It will become a dead body, isn't it? So, when we discipline our breath, when we control our breath, we are controlling our energetic system. It's a subtle but a very powerful tool. You can actually control your entire life if you learn how to control your prana. That's how powerful it is. So the best practice for a beginner is Anulom Vilom Pranayam, alternate nostril breathing. It's a way to oxygenate each cell of your body and also to bring calm to the mind. Then comes C for chanting. You've seen many people doing mala, beads, prayer beads. So many people singing kirtan. Why? How does chanting work? Just imagine there are 100 people calling out your name. So your attention is going here, 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 here. If so many people are calling your name, constantly seeing, no, who's calling my name? Today, that's happening with your mind. Constantly there are 100 thoughts in your head. And each of them is fighting for your attention, isn't it? So you're constantly sometimes here, sometimes. So much confusion. Now imagine, amongst all of this, when 100 people are calling your name, one person calls out your name on a loudspeaker. Very loudly, clear sound. Now all the other sounds fade away and your focus is on this one clear sound. That's what chanting does. When we introduce a sound like Om, the other thoughts disappear into the background and our awareness comes on this sound. Today, you chanted 3 Oms in the beginning. Just in 3 Oms, didn't you feel centered? A sense of calm. So that's how powerful chanting is. And we start all workshops at Sattvic Movement with the Kirtan. We end all workshops because we know how powerful it is as a tool of bringing the mind to the present moment. And finally comes Dhyana. In today's world, we call it meditation. So what is meditation? It's a way of bringing our awareness to the present moment. No thoughts of the past, no thoughts of the future. Only this moment. Now, because it's such a subtle practice, it's difficult to talk about it. So Akshay will make you practice it instead today, towards the end of the class. So friends, if we start to practice ABCD of yoga regularly, you will notice many changes. Your aches and pains will disappear. Your energy levels will be much higher. You will be able to work with so much more focus. Instead of 8 hours, you'll finish your work in 6 hours. Your reactions in the outside world will reduce significantly. And your relationships will become sweeter. You'll have much more love in your heart. But without doing, we will not know. So friends, let us start our asana class. You can experience this for yourself right now. After that, we will do dhyana with Akshay. About B and C, breathwork and chanting, we'll let you know how to go about it. But for now, please join me on your mats. We'll begin standing. And for now, simply move your body. Just jog on the mat. Just to warm up the body a little bit. See, I'm doing it slowly because I have to speak also. But you can do it fast. Just to build some heat, move your arms. See, yoga is a very intuitive practice. Very nice. Come to the center of the mat. Your feet are hip width apart. Now, lift your toes off the mat. The soles of the feet you can keep on the mat, but your toes you can lift. See how my toes are lifting off the mat, huh? When you feel this, feel the stretch in the soles of your feet. Now, press only the big toes on the mat. Only the big toes. And lift your sternum up, lift your chest up. Roll your shoulders back and elongate the spine. So stand tall. Tall and strong like a mountain. No slouching. Now place all of the toes on the mat. and continue to feel that lift. See, now you are actually standing as per your height. Generally, because you are slouching, your stomach is sort of out, you're not looking as tall as you generally are. So that's why they say, no, yoga se height badh jati hai. It's just that your posture is improving. Take the arms on the side and just move them from front to back. The most important thing to remember is to breathe. You want to oxygenate the body. That's how this is a very intentional practice. Reverse the circle. Feel how heavy the arms are right now when you are moving. I'm sure you're feeling the pressure on your arms. Very nice. Now, bring your feet together. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and bend towards the right. Your ears and your shoulders don't need to be close to each other. Keep opening the shoulders and then bend. Very nice. Take it to the other side. Grab the right wrist with your left hand and bend towards the left. And feel a stretch here. This is the most important. In this asana, to feel the stretch in your side body. Come back to center. And now open the feet. Point your toes outwards. And then we'll bring our hands on the knees. Now, bend one shoulder, open the other. And then take it to the other side. See, you'll feel an opening here in your thighs. And also you're opening your shoulders. The more you open the body, the more you begin to open the mind as well. Many of you were saying yoga is a union, the body and the mind. This union starts on your mat. And then you take it off the mat during your day. Very nice. Come up. Now, we'll open the arms towards the top, make a star with the body. Inhale. With the exhale, we'll bend the knees, arms will open onto the side. Goddess. Inhale, extend. Deep inhale. Exhale, goddess. Inhale. Exhale. Now, with your next inhale, extend. And with the exhale, we'll take the tongue out and then exhale. Come on. Inhale. Exhale. Loudly, with strength. If I can do this in front of thousands of people, you can do it at your home. Inhale. Exhale. Very, very good. Now, the toes will point in front. Right now, my toes were pointing outwards. Now they'll point in front. Balance on the entire foot. Don't lean on one side. Maintain the center of gravity. Then, point the right foot towards the back. Open the arms on the side. See what I'm doing first. Extend towards the right. We are here. We'll extend. And then we'll take the hand either towards the mat, the right hand, or place it on the shin. If this is not possible, place it on the shin. And the left arm will open up towards the sky in Trikonasana. Now, please pay attention. You don't want to do this here. You're rounding your spine, head is going towards the floor. Iska koi fayda nahi hai. You have to elongate the spine. Make it straight. Then left arm goes up, whether your right hand is on the shin or on the mat. And then breathe. You'll feel a stretch here in your right hamstrings and your right leg fully. And then your left chest is opening. So you'll feel a pressure here, but it's more of a stretch. Very nice. Come up and we'll take it to the other side. So the right foot closes. Left foot opens towards the front of the mat this time. Arms come on the side. Extend and then fold. Again, please feel free to put your hand on your shin or on the mat, and then the right arm opens. Your gaze or drishti moves towards the right hand. Feel a nice opening in your back, in your right chest, and breathe. Very nice. Come up. Toes pointing in front. Bring your hands on your waist. We'll go forward in Prasarita Padottanasana. So, again, please be mindful that when we fold forward, we don't want to round our spine, keep our shoulders close to the ears and then go like this. This has no benefit. You have to roll your shoulders back. Watch. Roll your shoulders back. Straighten the spine and then go forward. You see how my back is straight? I'm not going this. And then fold forward in an attempt to bring the chest to your thighs. Now you can place your hands on the mat or on your waist, whatever you like, and then breathe. Here you will feel a very intense stretch in your hamstrings. Very important to open this part. जितना ये part खुलेगा आपका, उतना आगे के आसन आसान हो जाएंगे. Breathe. Keep a micro bend in your knees so as to not hyperextend. When you come up, friends, bring a bend in the knees and then slowly come up. You don't want to get a head rush. Come up slowly. Very good. We'll step to the top of the mat. Just notice the body. See what sensations there are, where all you are feeling an opening. In just 3-4 asanas, just see. Stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are together, stomach pulled in, tailbone tucked, not standing like this. Tailbone is tucked, shoulders rolled back, hands on the side. Stable, like a mountain. Tadasana, mountain pose. The more stable you are on your feet, the more stable you will become in your mind, in your emotions. Now, with our next inhale, we'll raise the arms up and we want to stretch the side body. See, you want to lift this part. You want to lift, but you don't want to do this. ये नहीं करना है. Ears should not be close to the hands, the shoulders. Roll back the shoulders, open the shoulder part, and then look up. Feel the stretch in your abdomen also. Stretch the stomach. Very good. Now, we will find it difficult to touch your toes. No problem. You can keep a generous bend in the knees. But don't round your spine. See, ये नहीं करना है आपको. Elongate the spine and then try and bring the chest to the thighs, even if it means you have to bend your knees. No problem. Hands ideally come in line with the feet. Uttanasana, forward fold. Don't worry, during this practice only your forward fold will become better. In just half an hour. Sometimes in life, our ego doesn't let us surrender, doesn't let us bend. The more asana we practice, the lesser the ego becomes. Very nice. We'll come up to Ardha Uttanasana, straight back. So your back is like a tabletop. Here again, okay to keep a bend in the knees, no problem. Be gentle with yourself. Elongate the spine. A cup of herbal tea on your back. Very nice. Bring your hands to the mat and step back in plank or Falakasana. It's also known as Kumbhakasana. Now here don't round your spine. See, don't do this. Elongate the spine and then just rock back and forth. Very nice. Now, place only the left knee on the mat and stretch out the right leg by moving back and forth. ये वाला जो हिस्सा है. Now, we lift the right knee, bend the knee, and we'll make circles. With the right knee, I'm going from out to in. Deep breathing. In fact, try to sync your movements with your breath. Reverse the circle. Very nice. You'll feel a pressure in your left hip, the hip that is not moving. There also you're feeling a pressure, isn't it? Very nice. Raise the right leg back. Lift your chest, your stomach. Don't sink into your shoulders. Very nice. Release and take a rest in Balasana. Knees are together. Feet are together. And place your hands on the side. Now, if this is difficult, if you can't sit back, then place a cushion on your heels and then sit. If this is difficult, no, just place a cushion on your heels and then sit. Additionally, you can place a cushion under your chest also. If need be, you can keep your hands on the side, or you can even extend them in front, whatever feels more natural right now. And breathe. The day you pay so much attention to other people, maybe to your work, to your family, to your children. This time on the mat is yours. Pay attention to yourself. Come up. Now, leave the right knee on the mat and come on to the toes of your left foot and just move back and forth, opening the calf muscle. You should stretch until you feel the stretch. मतलब अगर आप खाली आगे पीछे move हो रहे हो, but there is no stretch anywhere, then the benefit is limited. So move till the extent, move back till the extent you actually feel the stretch here. Move front and back, feel the stretches. Even if I'm not there in the room next to you, you have to give your best. No slacking. Now, raise the left knee behind you, stretch it up, lift it up. Now make circles with your left knee. Keep pushing away from the mat. Use your hands to push away. Don't sink. Reverse. Beautiful. Raise the leg one more time. Stretch. Stretch. Very good. Take a rest. You can go into child's pose, Balasana, like I taught you. Relax. Fill your lungs fully. Very nice. Now, we'll come up. Just watch first. We'll go into downward facing dog. So, the knees will be hip width apart. We'll tuck our toes. Mane, we'll come onto our toes. And then we lift the hips towards the sky and make an inverted V shape with the body. Many of you already know this asana. But for those who don't, the feet are not together, my friends. Feet are hip width apart. You should not be able to see your heels. That's when you know the position of your feet is correct. Now, many of you may be doing this. Just see. Just see. Even regular practitioners, just correct. You don't want to do this. From your hands, push back. Push back. Raise the hips high up. Now, if your heels don't come onto the mat right now, no problem. That's okay. Slowly, the hamstrings will open, calf muscles will open. Give your best right now. That's all one can do. Take a few breaths. Very nice. I know your wrists may be hurting. It's all right. One more breath. Very good. Now, we'll raise the right leg behind us as much as you comfortably can. And then we'll bring the right knee to the right thumb. The back foot will be in the center of the mat. Keep the leg close to you. Show you from front. See, this is Hazel, everybody. So, the front leg can be close to your body. And the back leg is extended behind you. So, this is the pose. And you can breathe here. This is opening your pelvic area. Very good for problems like PCOD, irregular periods, even for releasing very old pent-up emotions.